Now that we have checked the IFCs, we can start doing some coordination. And part of that can be done inside ArchiCAD. Let's start talking about the different views and different methods and techniques we can use to run those coordinations. So let's start by creating a separate layer combination. So let's go to the layer settings. And let's make sure that we have a combined view that shows up both the MEP and the structural. So we have that already in view. We just need to save it right now. So I'm going to go and call this 20 IFC coordination. And I'm going to call it structural-MEP. Now, also note that in both folders, the index number of those layers has been set to 10,000 and 10,001. And you need to make sure that that is happening to avoid issues with performance on the file. So I'm going to keep that layer combination and let's click on OK. Now let's save that view in the IFC collision detection and coordination so we can use it for later. And let's change the name to coordination structural-MEP. And I'll click on OK. All right, so we got this view that we can come back to. So one additional thing you'll do in order to create a proper coordination view will be to color code the different elements on the file so that you can perform a visual check that is more obvious than the one we have at the moment. So let's start doing that by creating a graphic override. We're going to do that by selecting this icon down here and select New. Let's call it Coordination View, Structural-MEP. And what we're going to do next is to add additional rules that will help us color code the different models. So let's click on the plus and you see where the rules are. Now there's currently no rule for what we need to do, but that's a good opportunity for us to start creating a new one and learn how to do this. So I'm going to create one and I'm going to call it Highlight Structural. Click on OK. And what the rule will do will be edited in this button right here. And essentially it's going to go and take all the elements of a hotlink. So let's type hotlink module, and let's say the structural. And for the sake of the 3D view, we're going to change the surface and we're going to say that that is going to be of a color blue. Let's assign this blue right here. And we can make it about 30% transparent. Now, we also want to use this later on for our drawings. So we're actually going to change the pen to the same blue color or a similar blue color, and the fill type and foreground color to, let's say, a 50% for cut fills and a same bluish color on the cover. Something like that. Now let's go ahead and click on OK. And let's leave it like that for now, just to test it. Click on OK. And you'll see how in this particular view, the structural elements have been recolored to that 30% transparent bluish color. Now let's go ahead and add the mechanical or MEP rule to highlight the same thing. And in this case, let's simply add a new rule with this button here and duplicate the one we have at the moment, changing the name to MEP. And now this one is fairly similar, but it will be using the MEP link. And instead of having the blue color, let's say we go for an orange color. Let's say something like that. And let's click on OK and OK. So now what will happen is we got the two different models being highlighted and somewhat of an X-ray. And that's going to help you to double check things in a way that it's a lot easier than simply going through solid models. You can combine this with the addition of section planes or cutaway planes. You can use that by selecting this button right here. Then let's say rotating the model, let's say about there, and dragging one of those scissors on the left-hand side and perform a cut. Click on finalize. And then we can rotate the model like so. So you'll use this just to go about all the sections. If you want to keep your sections solid, then the rules we have provided should not have an override for the cut surface. So this one, you can unclick it. And let's go ahead and do the same for the MEP. And now the sections will be filled with the original material color. So that'll be a way for you to do a visual check that combines both the recoloring and the cut planes. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing, but in a regular plan view.